Hi guys, it's Deborah from North of Somewhere Nomad, and in this video today I'm going to do a video about the different stages that my rig is in, my little car, my little Ford Fiesta. It's constantly moving depending on what time of the day. So I have a setup that I do right now for during the day as I'm driving and functioning, and then it changes dramatically when I set it up to go to bed or go to sleep, and then again in the morning. So I thought I would show you guys that process, and also I've got a few other little things mixed in there. So let's go. Also, I wanted to say thank you to all my new subscribers for commenting, sharing, liking, the whole kit and caboodle. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Deborah and I'm living full-time in my 2014 Ford Fiesta. I've been doing that for a month and a half. So right now I'm at Rathtrevor Provincial Park, and okay, so I've got here just my little dishwashing bag with my dirty dishes and my little spray soap and paper towel to dry and wash. And then I wanted to refill my spray bottle. That was nice of that driver to stop and let me cross the road. Also, what I'm going to do is after I do the dishes and bring them back, I'm going to show you the beach area because it's absolutely stunning. And if you're not from British Columbia or Canada, it's just a sneak peek at how incredibly beautiful this island is. So also just a little update. I have been stealth camping now since that first stealth camping night, and so it's been about 4 or 5 nights since that, and it's going really well for the most part. I've stayed at rest stops up and down the island, well, anywhere from Campbell River to Parksville and Nanaimo, and I feel safe at these rest stops. Last night I did stealth camp by my gym. I don't know if I was speaking about this. There was like a little parking lot behind the gym that was pretty secluded, and just anyway, I took the chance and I stayed there because there was nobody there, and I thought, well, I'll just take a chance, right? So I did, and it went well. There were a couple cars that came in and out, but they didn't stay. Yeah, so I did it. I stayed there, and during that process I woke up around 6:30 a.m. and then it takes a I don't know, maybe a half an hour or so to put the car back together so that I can drive, which I'm going to show you earlier. But I was a little worried about that because I was taking down my window covers. Anyway, it was fine, but I just really I'd rather stay in places that, like rest stops. I really felt relaxed at these rest stops that I stayed at, and but I'm doing it like I'm steady stealth camping. So anyways, here I'm going to do my dishes, and right here is the sink, and it actually has running water. That's phenomenal. if you're stealth camping and you have access to running water, like to wash your dishes and all that, that's like a bonus. I'm just like, what? I found it. I went for a little hike. Oh yeah, also I wanted to give a little update on my camera usage. I know a couple people commented that, you know, the camera was too close and wiggling around, and you know, I appreciate those comments because it's good to have feedback from you guys because you're watching my videos. So I went and got a a really good tripod selfie stick, I guess it is. So hopefully my videos will be a lot more watchable and less chaotic movement. Okay. Okay, so for this process, I have watched so many YouTube videos on other stealth campers and how they wash their dishes and the processes that they use and things like that, and I've come up with my own that it's very streamlined and I like it. So normally, obviously I don't have running water, so, but these are the components that I use. I use this paper towel that you can get from Canadian Tire, and it's just really thick, and it's good for washing and drying. So there's that, and then another little one. Then I also use this. It's a spray, and you just get like suds. So there's no, like, you know, the like squirt dish soap. This is one of my favorite things. And then my dishes. Oh yeah, and then my water bottle, spray water. So typically what I do is here's my cereal bowl. So if there was still milk in there, I spray it, try to get as much milk and stuff out of there, or food. And then once I get to that, I take my spray soap, give it a good spray, and I also do this with my spoon. And then normally what I would do is take this is like a half of one of those Canadian Tire towels. I rinse it or soap it up. I guess this blue paper towel thing is like a disposable washcloth. It's really strong and acts like a washcloth, almost like a J cloth. I don't know if you remember those. So now the only thing with this bowl is that it's not smooth, so I often worry about food getting leftover food in there. Okay, so that one's done. And then here's what I'm gonna love about this sink is because this is my coffee cup, and normally I just spray the heck out of it, and I don't really put too much soap on here because unless I want to spend a lot of time rinsing it with that to make sure the soapy residue is off, I just try to clean it really well. I also have vinegar and water that I use after I rinse it, because especially if I'm not using soap, just to make sure that there's no bacteria. Okay, that's done. There you have it. So I'm just gonna go to the garbage bin and bring this back to my car. So like I said, that was really nice. pretty much the same as what I do when I'm in my car, just without the running water rinse. Here's the rig. Also, I might share some difficult news with you in a little bit. Wasn't sure if I want to talk about it right now or not, but I don't know. You know, sometimes when you say things out loud, it makes it even more true. So I debate on whether I should give it airtime or not. So I'm just gonna share a little bit of what went down yesterday, because so yesterday I brought the car into Canadian Tire for an oil change, and I asked them just to do a quick inspection, you know, just because the car has been making sounds at the first time that it's ever made. So anyway, they did like this little inspection. So when it went back to pick up the car, I was like, you know, how is it? And he's like, well, you know, my God, I don't even know if I want to say it. Anyways, we're here now. So the oil changes went well, but he said there's a bunch of things wrong with this little rig. Oh my God, I was just like, what? So yeah, there's a couple leaks and different things, but I said, well, what about the sound that I've been hearing? And he's like, well, I think it's transmission related, and the only way we can do that, he said, I think you need transmission fluid, but the only way to get to the transmission, they have to remove lots of components like the timing belt and something else. And he said just to get to the transmission, it would cost a couple grand. And then we don't know, once I would spend that money, which I really don't have, then they can assess the transmission, and Lord only knows where we go from there. So I'm just processing that. It's a big heavy burden to deal with. You know, I feel like there's challenges. Like my first challenge was getting to campgrounds and setting up and finding a campground, blah, blah, blah. And that, so I, you know, conquered that. And then I had all these issues with power, and I'm so grateful that Lauren helped me, you know, with the end result, with the end solution, which was the EcoFlow alternator charger. Like literally, I have no more problems with power. And now it's just mechanical issues. So I also have a membership at BCAA, so I always know, like, if anything breaks down anywhere, I have that coverage, you know. So that's what's that. And I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. So I have a couple of things that I'm thinking, but it's just scary. But my thought was, I went for a really early morning walk, and I reflected on all the challenges I have had in this journey of car life, and I overcame every one of them. And so I just feel like I should hold the faith. Okay guys, let's go check out the beach. Guys, the beach just goes on and on and on. You can't feel stress here, even if you were trying to. It's just, it's breathtaking and it's calming. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just that, like, my whole central nervous system. And then there's little birds and there's lots of little rabbits, and it's like they just cross your path. It's pretty magical. It's a very magical place, healing. Yeah, so grateful to be here. Everything's gonna be okay. I know it. Even if it's not the outcome that I want, or I think should happen, I've just learned to roll with it. And I'm talking about like the mechanical state of my car, because I was thinking, you know, it could be anything. But best I can do is just let it go. The ocean. If it wasn't for the ocean and the closeness I have to it, I don't know. Just makes you super grateful and in awe, and makes the problem seem so insignificant. Yeah. And actually, I was thinking Rat River was back in, I don't know, maybe close to the end of May. I had the platform built of the car, and I got the tent. So I was like set up just for like a night or two. And I came here and I pitched the tent. I was at campsite number 1. And yeah, so that was my very first car camping experience, was right here. Okay guys, so I just wanted to say this setup that I currently have going is primarily for stealth camping, right? So when I was camping in campgrounds, which I did for about the first month of my car life journey, so I've switched everything up to make it more, or just it's more conducive to the, you know, coming and going. When I was at the campsites, it was several days, often up to 2 weeks. So anyways, here we go. I'm going to show you. So right now I just did laundry. So I'm going to, this is the stage of my car when it's during the day and I'm in and out. This was the most functional process that I came up with, that I was happy with. And the whole setup revolves around me being able to get in and out of the driver's seat, and also to prepare food, also to have access to my fridge and toiletries if I need them, and my water. So everything that's not like necessary to be used during the day gets stored in this middle section of my car. So that's how it's set up. And because now I'm going to be putting my laundry away, I'm going to just put all this bedding. This is pretty much just bedding and my window covers. And then I will have more room to show you some of the other things. Also, now, what I did was at the laundromat, I washed and dried everything, obviously, and then I roll all my clothes so that it fits easier in this cubby, though some things have come undone. Yeah, so everything is rolled here, because a couple times I didn't do that, and then to try to roll and organize and right in this little tiny space, it was just too much. So I thought, just do it at the laundromat, and that's what I've been doing. So these are like my pants, right? Well, they are my pants. And so all my pants go up here. Okay, and then all my tank tops are rolled like this, and they go in this cubby. And I try to put them in order of what I use more, so that it's easier. I'm not digging underneath everything. So away as neatly as possible. I have more pants than tops, and literally I have to go through and really whittle this down some more, because with my bedding in my cargo box, like, it's just packed. And if I could get rid of some more of those clothes, then I'd have tons of room. Because what I really like is during the day I could just have just this bed without all my bedding. So that's a goal. And then this toiletry thing usually sits on top of the fridge, but I keep it down here during the day because when I'm driving, it flies down from there, and also the water bottle stays there because I want access to it. So anyway, that's the day setup. And in here is my kitchen, I guess you could say. I keep my Jackery and my EcoFlow covered with this black piece of fabric because it's just a good camo thing. But if I need to grab something, so this is where I keep all my food and stuff, and I still have too much in there. Half of this I haven't used in the whole month. So that's another project, to clear that out. And then dishes, cleaning supplies, and this is my kitchen counter, I guess you could say. This I just use to cut, like to have, when you put your spoon down, or yeah, things that you don't want to touch. Plus it's a nice hard surface, because without that I've just got my bed. So I really, really, really love this addition here. Hi guys, so I am at the rest stop. I made the decision to come to this rest stop. Anyway, I had a shower at the gym. I decided not to work out because I just decided not to. So what I'm gonna do, it's still fairly early, but I'm gonna set up my car for the sleeping part so I can film it, and then, yeah, while it's still light. Okay, so here we go. This is how I do it. So the first thing I do is do the windows, and what that means is I roll down the back passenger windows so that I can put my mosquito mesh on, and I roll up the two front, driver's side and passenger side, and also I put my windshield cover. So I'll do all the windows and then I'll show you where I'm at. Alright, so mosquito netting on, just like that, and I'm leaving the windows all the way down tonight because I want the car to cool off. And then there's this side. It's not the perfect fit, but I really love my mosquito nets. So next, what I'm gonna do is put the back windshield, or the back window cover on, and I'm putting the black facing out. And this one's tricky because it's like a peanut shape. Okay, so cover's on. This is a tricky one. I think it works. They actually work better when it's this Reflectix on the outside. So, but I like it all blacked out. Okay. Thing that goes is the water jug, which is actually getting pretty low, so I'll have to change that tomorrow. And I keep it in this because, as you can see, the odd little drip, and it will catch in this old cooler bag. And then what I do, just move those over for now. I put this is all my toiletry stuff. So I put this on top of the fridge, and that's usually where it lives. Alright, I'm getting there. So on the driver's seat goes a few things. So my water bottle, which I can access by using the spout. And then I put my water bottle, my purse. I put my black hoodie over my purse. I mean, there's going to be a window cover, but still. And then my keys, I put on this little hook that was at one point part of the seat. So I just hook it in there, and then I know where they are, and I have easy access to them. Okay, so now also what goes in the front driver's side is my board. Let's give it another wipe. I love, 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 love this board. Okay, so this baby goes right down there. Yeah, not supposed to be that far, but that's fine. And then this is my garbage. I use Ziploc bags for my garbage because it's just easier. They're not so big and it seals, so if, you know, there is a smell, there won't be a smell type of thing. Okay, and then I check my batteries. That one's good, and I know that the EcoFlow is about 95%, which is awesome. Okay, so now I'll show you how I set up my bed. Now that I've got this black, I love it because it's so stealthy, but it shows every little thing, which drives me crazy. But anyways, okay, so the bed. Okay, so moving back. So what I do is when I roll up my sleeping bag, I do it so that the first thing that unrolls is, this is the head. It's kind of got like a hoodie on it. And then the rest just rolls down. But I've still got some cushions and things. So this is what I'm using for a pillow these days. It's been really hard to find a pillow because a full-size pillow is too big. So anyways, I'm kind of testing out a few different things. So I put the pillow and I actually move the head right to where the table was. And then, so I have this pillow as well. This is kind of like my body pillow to, you know, prop up my hips and things like that. So for now, I just kind of leave that up there. And then this is the cushion that I put in the gap, and I'll get to that. So I just pile everything just goes back and forth and until it needs to shift again. Okay, so I'm having a few issues with it's really, really hot. I can't let anything rest against here. It's really not good. So I don't know what happened, but I've got the fan on. The end of the sleeping bag goes at the end of the car bed. Okay, so the toiletry thing is back up there, and my bed is all dialed in. Now, so this cushion here is meant, the sole purpose is to fill this gap because, you know, the door stops here and then there's all this space. And the first couple times I slept without this, it was so uncomfortable. So it's not a very good fit, but it works for now. And then when I shut the door, it's like a solid bed. It's just like, yeah, so that's what's happening on in there. So I've got the whole bed now, and the things that don't have a spot just live up in the driver's seat. I have not had a situation where I've had to jump right from my bed into my driver's seat, especially because I've only been camping at campsites and rest stops and stuff like that. So yeah, I quite like the setup and this, and I just keep this blanket here to prop up my head. It's just nice and cozy and homey. So that's it, guys. That's the night setup. If I think of something else that I've missed, but I don't think I have, it's just a shifteroo. Seriously, the difficult part will be tomorrow morning. That's the thing. Anyways, I will see you guys in the morning and show you my morning setup. Okay. Good morning. Okay guys, so it's obviously the morning. I'm so slow. It takes me forever to get moving in the morning. It's just, I lie in my bed, just like contemplating the multiple things that have to get done, and then I totally procrastinate. So anyway, this is why I don't like the morning part of this system, because it takes me so long and I'm just tired, like, oh my god. Anyways, I'm gonna make a coffee and then start the teardown, or the setup. The setup, teardown. The teardown setup. Okay. So this is the first thing I do when I get up, to make my coffee, because when I look at all of this, it just it overwhelms me. So I just take this and I scooch it back there so that I'm semi back to normal. And then I grab my board, my kitchen counter, I guess, and put it in its usual spot. So now I have a surface to work on, and then I'm gonna make my coffee with I got some of this. I like that coffee, and here's my coffee mug. Voila. Okay, so I'll get doing this. A few more steps involved here, and then I can do the morning routine. I'll be back. I ran into some special people last night, and maybe we'll go over and say good morning before we start the car. It is an absolutely gorgeous day, but I think it's going to creep up to 29. Anyways, hot, but not as crazy as the last heat wave. So this is good. I've got a bunch of stuff I got to do today. This is Miss Patty and her new, well, not new bus, but she's free to go, which is awesome. Her bus is so cool. Hey. Good morning. Hey. How'd you sleep?
That's up all right.
Yeah? Well, that's good.
If you want to enjoy the day, we better get off the road.
I know. Well, I'm going to just pack up my car and head out.
Yeah?
Yeah. Where are you going?
I got to go to Warren so that to finish that job.
Right, so the very first thing I do is deal with the windows. So this is the only, oh no, I put mesh on the other side. So I take my mosquito nets off, and they live right here. And I do the other mosquito nets. So basically I just take all my window covers down and then roll them up, and then that job is out of the way. So those go in there. I didn't actually put these on last night. These two anyway, because it was hot. So that will go in with the bag, and then yeah, so I'm just going to take all the window coverings off in here, roll them up, and then we'll do the inside. So now all that the window covers are put away, and they're just stashed up in the driver's side. So now I'm going to deal with this part and then deal with that little section, because most of that stuff has to come back here. Okay, so everything is cleaned out of the front, basically right back to daytime use. And there we go. I am going to go clean out my storage, or clean some stuff out of here into my storage unit, so that during the day I can pack that and my sleeping bag in the cargo box, because I just feel like it would be so much nicer in here and more roomy and just, yeah, less clutter. So everything's back. I leave this down because, well, I think I already said it flies out. And my water, I have to refill this. It's almost out. And there we go. So all that's put together, and that's it. Daytime use. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you got something out of it, hit that like button, and if you want to see more content from me, subscribe, and I have a bunch more videos coming out soon, so I'll see you in the next one. Take care.